And look, to my fellas, I want you to sit back and think for a second. Your fiance, your girl goes into labor and life is going great. And all of a sudden your world changes at a snap of a finger. And if you're new to my channel, let me catch you up to speed. Run the tape.
That was my heart. She made me so proud. And now I don't have that in my life anymore. Now I have to help raise 3 kids that don't have a mother. I miss my daughter so much. And I need to know what happened to my daughter.
With tears in her eyes and her daughter's picture on her shirt, Deneen Witherspoon is crying out for answers in the death of her daughter, Christine Fields, who died after giving birth at NYC Health and Hospital's Woodhull earlier this month.
My daughter was healthy. My daughter was 30. My daughter did everything right. She had a birthing plan. Nothing was followed according to her birthing plan. And now I don't have my child, and it just hurts my heart so much.
The family say Fields had to have an emergency C-section in the late hours of November 12th, ultimately causing her to go into cardiac arrest, according to a lawsuit served to the hospital Thursday.
Her baby's heart rate drops and there's fetal distress. She's rushed in for a C-section, and we are investigating and have learned from the ME's office that there was pooling blood.
Fields leaves behind 3 children, including her newborn baby and her fiance, Jose Perez, who has spent the last 2 weeks trying to piece together a nightmare.
We just thought it was going to be a regular birth, like our first, second kid,
The tragedy comes 3 years after the death of Shaija Washington, who also died during an emergency C-section at the hospital in 2020. City data from 2019 shows that Black mothers across the 5 boroughs are more than twice as likely to die giving birth than white mothers. A spokesperson for the hospital says the health and safety of our patients is our highest priority, and we express our sincere condolences to those affected by this tragic loss. NYC Health and Hospitals has a steadfast commitment to providing quality, dignified, culturally responsive care to all New Yorkers without exception.
And you see why I'm so hard on these goddamn pastors and these churches. All of them, they all on the same team, the black church and the white church. Do you know in 2025, it's still black people that's listening to Joel Osteen, the same Joel Osteen that got caught a few years ago hiding money in the walls of his church. Run the tape.
Plumber just doing his job at Lakewood Church discovered an undisclosed amount of money. Back in 2014, the mega church made headlines after someone stole $600,000.
Obviously, this case remains under investigation.
7 years later, a man fixing a toilet at the church discovered money in the walls.
I went ahead and contacted the maintenance supervisor that was there. And I went ahead and turned it all in.
In a statement, Lakewood Church said recently while repair work was being done at Lakewood Church, an undisclosed amount of cash and checks were found. Lakewood immediately notified the Houston Police Department and is assisting them with their investigation. HPD has not confirmed the money stolen years ago and the money found by the plumber are related. But Lindsay says investigators would have never known about the money if it wasn't for the plumber who discovered it. There's still a lot of questions.
If it's that money, why did they never go back and get that money?
And see, this is why I say YouTube is important. We have to start reporting our own news in our own community, being more self-reliant, because those pastors all day, they'll read you every scripture in the Bible. But when it comes to stuff like this, reading real shit in church, they won't do it. Check this out. While the CDC is still processing 2024 maternal death reports, data suggests that in 2023, Black women experienced a maternal mortality rate of around 50 deaths per 100,000 live births, which is significantly higher than the rate for white women, around 14.5 per 1,000. So you telling me this is a coincidence? You telling me this is not by design? This young Black mother went into labor and she was forced to have an emergency C-section, and that emergency C-section caused her to have cardiac arrest, and then she died. Make that make sense? And this the cold part. After she died, the doctors and those nurses that worked on her, that watched her die, guess what? They were still working in the hospitals. And after her, it was other multiple Black women that died in Woodhull Hospital. Make it make sense. And check this part out. You even had a nurse that came in there when one of the Black women was dying while she was trying to give labor. You had a nurse come in there and she said, oh no, this is happening again. It happened over and over again at that hospital. And no one said nothing. You don't see this on major news. You don't see this on CNN. You don't see it on Fox, on nothing, because these people don't care. This for them is normal. And you got these families out here hurting. These families will never get over this. Imagine losing your fiance. Imagine losing your girl and everything was all gravy. Everything was all good. And all of a sudden she's gone. And she's gone and nothing can be done about it. The church not saying nothing. You don't have no church. You don't have no pastors coming outside or speaking on their platform about these black mothers that's dying in these hospitals while giving labor. And now their boyfriends, now their husbands have to suffer. Imagine living a life with somebody you love and one day they gone and there's nothing you can do about it and you feel like you don't have a voice. So this is why I make these type of videos, because I feel their pain. I don't know how, but I feel their pain. But I want to show y'all something. This was her fiance. This man is now leading rallies and joining marches to help other black families that go through the same thing that he went through. So if this man can get up every day after losing his fiance, after losing the woman to his kids, and still moving on with life and still helping everybody else to fight, what is our excuse? I don't have no excuse. So that's why I'm so hard on these goddamn pastors. What's their excuse? I know you can talk about Adam and Eve all day, but bro, we in 2025. It's real shit going on. You should be talking about this. You should be bringing awareness to these families. They really going through it. And look, the system is so rigged. So he's suing the hospital, Woodhull Hospital. He's suing them. But Governor Kathy Hochul, she won't sign the act that allow these families that lost someone while in labor. They allow these families to sue these hospitals, to take these hospitals to court. She won't sign the act, and she's doing it on purpose. All this stuff is by design. So that's why I say in our community, we need more YouTubers that's for the people. We need more doctors that's for the people. We need more nurses that's for the people. We need more content creators that's for the people. We need more doulas that's for the people, that's for our community, that's speaking up for our people, because these people won't. These people not going to put this on national news. They won't. They going to act like it never happened while these families are suffering every day. Because I'm going to tell you something. One day is Christine Fields. The next day is your daughter. The next day is your sister. The next day is your mother. So that's why I say we have to be a voice for our people when they're going through this, because, yeah, your life might be good, but imagine losing someone you love at the hands of these doctors. And it wasn't by mistake. They did it on purpose. At Woodhull Hospital, that doctor unalived 4 to 6 black women and got away with it. And they had him in the hospital still working. Imagine having 6 bodies under your belt and you still working at that hospital, because people not making videos like this. You won't see other YouTubers making videos like this because I ain't gonna say they scared, but a lot of people just don't care. In the United States, states with high maternal mortality rates, particularly among black women, include Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Virginia, Georgia, and North Carolina. And you see, in all these states, like I say, we need doulas. We need more content creators. And you got to think about it. In Louisiana, I know it's a lot of stories about black women being unalived by doctors, but guess what? Louisiana, they not going to put that news out. Everything I told people in a lot of my videos, what happens in Louisiana stays in Louisiana. No one cares, bro. When they think about Louisiana, they think about Mardi Gras. They think about Bourbon Street. They think about partying. They think about getting drunk. They think about food. They don't care what's going on with our hospitals. So that's why I say the people down there, we need more YouTubers. We need more content creators. We need more doulas that's going to help our people. We got to stop depending on these institutions because they don't have our back. They have an agenda. And you really have to think about it. These hospitals and these doctors, they get paid more money to force black women to have C-sections. It's not for your health. It's not because you need it. No, they get paid more money. So that's why you hear more and more black women having C-sections instead of doing it the normal way. I'm telling you, the game is rigged. The game is cold. And look, I'm going to say this. Those doctors, those nurses, when you in labor, when you going through all your doctor visits, they have to know if something happens to my relative, you will not be able to live in peace. They have to know that. So that's why I always say you have to sometimes do the work yourself. You have to see what type of car they driving. And I'm not saying put harm on nobody for no reason. I'm just saying you have to be proactive. See what kind of car they drive. Hey, see where they live. See who their relatives is. Find them on social media. Let them know, hey, I know your family. I know this and this about you, because if you unalive my sister, if you unalive my fiance, if you unalive my wife, my bad. I told y'all I have a stuttering problem. But if you unalive my wife, it's up. I'm taking it there. They have to know that, because I feel like once they know that, they won't play with you. These doctors know what they're doing. They know how to cut a C-section the right way. They know how to do this stuff. So every time a black woman dies, it's on purpose. I'm telling you. And look, I know the CIA want black men and black women to hate each other. I know, and they did a great job. They did a great job, but I'm past that shit now. They want us to hate each other so they can murder us one by one, and we won't give a damn about it. And like I say, in my opinion, if they unalive your fiance, your wife, your mother, your sister, they shouldn't be able to sleep, because if you can't sleep, they shouldn't be able to sleep in peace. I believe in that. And this the part that makes me so angry. This black woman was full of life. She was healthy. She was thriving in life. She was looking forward to something. She was looking forward to a wedding with her fiance, and they took her soul away. While these doctors, while these nurses get to go home and hug their family, kiss their family, dance with their family. This woman, Christine Fields' family, will never be the same again. And I follow her fiance on Instagram. This dude is not the same. He was full of life with this woman. So you think I should sit back and let this man hurt like that and let these hospitals just move on like nothing ever happened? Hell no. And look, I'm not having it. So as long as I have this platform, I'm going to speak on this, because I'm not the perfect man. I'm not a pastor. And I wish I was this type of man in my 20s. But right now, I'm going all in for my people. And I love this shit. So rest in peace to Christine Fields. We will never forget you. Rest in peace to all the black women that died in this way, to all the black families that had to suffer because of these hospitals, because these doctors don't fuck with our people, because these doctors don't like black people. Forget all they asses. I'm out.